And the way he came in, defeating Kurt Angle like that, I thought was going to lead to big things for Tazz on the roster, but it would only be 1 week later. It would be 8 days later on January 31st on Monday Night Raw that the entire group of the Radicalz would debut on Raw. Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, Eddie Guerrero, and Dean Malenko. And I think when WWE got their hands on those guys, Tazz became secondary. So Tazz really suffered. I've said this for years. I always trace back Tazz's failure in WWE to the Radicalz coming in. Now, WWE still may not have pushed Tazz to the moon or anything like that. He may have never even become a world champion in the company, but I still think he would have been a lot better off than what he was, because Tazz never reached any sort of heights in WWE. I don't believe he even held any titles aside from maybe a hardcore run, which everybody got a run with the hardcore belt back then. Had Eddie, Chris, and Dean not come in, you may have seen Tazz wrestle for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania instead of Chris Benoit. You never know. So I think Tazz's career would have been much different in the WWE if 8 days later 4 guys would not have stolen his thunder. So kind of a shame the way Tazz turned out in WWE, but hey, it is what it is. And still looking back, regardless of what a failure Tazz's wrestling career was in WWE, he did turn out to be a pretty good announcer, and I always liked Tazz on the mic. But I always felt bad for him too because of all this stuff, and I never really felt like he lived up to even close to what his potential could have been in the WWE. But it still holds up well. You go back and look at this match, watch how excited the crowd was to see, a big-time ECW star come into the company. WWE was hammering WCW into the ground. They were clearly winning the war, and WCW was only about a year away from going out of business completely. So everybody is going to choose the WWE first, and Tazz came over, and it was a great moment for his career. One of the very few that he ever had in WWE.